So we've got Lawrence C. Connolly, Voices, Tales of Horror.
Christopher Fowler, Red Gloves.
Caitlin R. Kiernan, Two Worlds and In Between.
Monsters of L.A. by Lisa Morton.
The Corn Maiden and Other Nightmares by Joyce Carol Oates.
Multiplex Fandango by our own Weston Oaks.
And Gene, tell us who the winner is.
Yeah, right. With my hands, I'm really good at opening stuff, yeah. The Corn Maiden and Other Nightmares by Joyce Carol Oates. Joyce says that she's sorry that she can't make the convention. She said, I am teaching at Princeton University. Thanks to the judges and voters for the Stoker Award, which is a great honor. I think you're stronger than I am.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, good. We still have time for a couple more awards. Presenting the Richard Laymon Award, please welcome back to the stage the President and Vice President of HWA, Rocky Wood and Lisa Morton.
The Richard Laymon President's Award for Service was instituted in 2000 and is named in honor of Richard Laymon, who died in 2000 while serving as the Horror Writer Association's president. As its name implies, it is given by the HWA's sitting president. The award is presented to a volunteer who has served HWA in an especially exemplary manner and has shown extraordinary dedication to the organization. This year, I've chosen Karen Lansdale to receive the 2011 Richard Laymon Award. Karen is recognized as one of the founders of the HWA. Indeed, the award is for her dedication and hard work at that time. It's clear that Karen was the true driving force behind the successful launch of the HWA. According to one prominent writer who was there at the time, in the 80s, horror fans and writers were growing in leaps and bounds. It was a boom time. Rick McCammon thought it might be nice if there was an organization that catered to those writers. He had an idea called HOWL, the Horror and Occult Writers League. He put an ad out to see if there was interest. He told Karen Lansdale about his idea, and she jumped at it. She took his list and made a simple photocopied newsletter and sent it to those addresses. The response was phenomenal. At that moment in time, horror was as big as the Beatles. Over the next few months, Karen set about acquiring articles from numerous writers in the field, and the organization was changed to the Horror Writers of America. Later, to the Horror Writers Association. She talked to editors about the new endeavor, wrote short articles about HWA for Mystery Scene, drummed up interest at conventions, and set the election of officers in motion. As it grew, Dean Koontz offered to take over, invest some of his own money in making it more professional, and from there it developed into what it is today. Without Karen's contribution and months of hard work, it wouldn't have happened. This was before computers were knocking out newsletters in minutes by switching this and moving that. It was photocopied, stapled, put in envelopes, addressed, stamped, and mailed out by one person, Karen. The only thing Karen didn't do was deliver the mail herself. She might have, but at that time she was holding down a full-time job as a fire department dispatcher and didn't have a mail pouch. Here's a piece of history we've just been handed. This is the receipt for the mailing of the Howl newsletter. In this 25th anniversary year of the HWA's incorporation, there is no better person to recognize than Karen, without whose drive we would not be celebrating that anniversary. For that sterling service, I, as president, and our entire membership show our respect and gratitude by bestowing the Richard Laymon Award.
used to doing this, so I'll just be quick and say thank you all very much.
All right, our next category is Screenplay. Fade in. Interior, awards banquet room, night. The audience, comprised of the most physically attractive people in publishing, is having a great time. Audience, in unison, this is the best Stoker's banquet ever. Good line reading. Cut 2, interior, hallway, night. A Radisson employee locks the door to the banquet hall and gives the camera a dark smile. Interior, awards banquet room, night. Rick Howdala notices that something is wrong. Rick, it's a trap! Close-up, boxes under each table. They open, spilling out thousands of red-eyed, greasy, snarling rats. The rats swarm the room, squirming underneath people's clothing, scratching and biting and spreading unhealthy bacteria. It's complete pandemonium. Rocky Wood falls to the ground, rats dangling from his ears, nostrils, and eyelids. Rocky, in an Australian accent. Crikey, the 2012 Bram Stoker Awards are ruined. Close up, Lisa Morton stands up. Lisa, not on my watch. Zoom in on Karen's stiletto heels. Karen, I'm sending you wretched beasts back to rat hell. Karen begins stomping rats, shish kebabbing them on her stilettos. There is a 3-minute montage of rat deaths, set to music by the Rock Bottom Remainders. Soon, all of the rats are dead. Kelly Laymon, hooray, 67% of us have been saved. Presenting the award for superior achievement in a screenplay. Please welcome the co-author with Peter Giglio of a screenplay adaptation of Night They Missed the Horror Show, and the guy who successfully used Kickstarter to fund Rose, the 3D zombie musical and the world's coolest grandpa, Scott Bradley and John Skip.
Thank you for that introduction. And also, Jeff forgot to mention some of my lesser-known screenwriting, which I do under the pseudonym Aaron Sorkin.
And I am the Queen of Sheba. So I have to say, reality is falling extremely far short of that beautiful scenario you just laid out there, Jeff. Bring on the rats.
Yes.
So bring on the nominees.
The nominees are for superior achievement in a screenplay.
True Blood, episode 44. I Need My Glasses. Spellbound by Alan Ball.
The Walking Dead, episode number 13. Pretty Much Dead Already by Scott M. Gimple.
Walking Dead, episode number 9. Save the Last One by that Scott M. Gimple again.
Priest by Corey Goodman.
The Adjustment Bureau by George Nolfi.
American Horror Story, episode number 12, Afterbirth by Jessica Scharzer.
And as my lovely assistant gets the envelope.
And the Stoker goes to, there we go.
Yeah. And the Stoker goes to American Horror Story Afterbirth by Jessica Scharzer. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, Ms. Scharzer could not be here tonight, but she wanted this acceptance speech read. Quote, I want to thank the showrunners of American Horror Story, Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk, for giving me the opportunity to be part of such an amazing series. And I want to dedicate the award to my fellow writers, Tim Minear, Jennifer Salt, and James Wong, who inspire me and challenge me on a daily basis. Lastly, I want to thank all the fans of American Horror Story for your passion and dedication to the show.
During the creative process of preparing to emcee the Bram Stoker Awards banquet, there comes a time when you realize that not every introduction is going to be a winner. And finally, you have to accept that this far into the evening, a mute sock puppet is all you've got. I apologize. Presenting our first Specialty Press Award, please welcome the author of Ursa Major, John Little.
Thanks, Jeff. It's truly an honor to be able to present this award tonight. This year, Bad Moon Books has 3 books that are nominated for Stokers. That's a pretty nice haul, but to many of us in this room, it's not a big surprise. That's because it happens every year. Roy Robbins has been in the publishing business since 2007, which is not very long, but every year since, he's had 3 or 4 books on the final Stoker ballot. 4 of those books have actually won Stokers. That's a pretty amazing track record. I've wondered how it is that Bad Moon has such a consistent track record, and I think it boils down to something Roy once told me. He said he likes to publish books that he enjoys reading, books that have a great story. That's a great thing for readers. Roy is first and foremost a reader himself, and he just wants to publish good stories. But what readers don't always know is how amazing Roy is to his authors. Roy emailed me out of the blue on November 6, 2007. He commented that he liked my writing and would like to publish something of mine one day. We started talking, and I eventually sent him a couple of novellas that he subsequently published. I found something that I hadn't had before, a publisher who truly wanted the author to be happy. He was always asking my opinion about the details, about the design, the artwork, the timing of the release, and many other details. If I emailed a question, I would always get an answer the same day and usually within the same hour. Roy is truly a first-class publisher in my mind, both from the perspective of author and reader. But the reason it's such an honor to present this award to Roy is that he's gone well beyond that to me. He's one of my best friends in the publishing business. I do pretty much anything for him, and I know he'd do the same for me. So please join me in welcoming Roy Robbins to receive his well-deserved award.